Realization puts you into action. Let's continue. So when this guy went back, the father saw him from afar and was so happy, ran to embrace the son and told his servants that they should kill the best calf, they should organize a feast. Then the one who was with the father became angry and said that you have been with you all this while, what have you even done for me? Then this guy that became a prodigal, son to you, you are doing all these things. And he said, son, whatever that I have is yours. Can you imagine that? You don't need to fight with anybody. What I have is yours. But you don't need to fight with anybody. What I have is yours. That is what the Bible is saying. How are you explaining the message? How are you explaining the message? Wow. But you know what? That's what my emphasis is here. That son that stayed with the father was always working his heart out. Working his heart out. Working his heart out. Whilst this prodigal son had gone out to enjoy, the other son was stuck with the father, suffering, stuck with the father, sacrificing, stuck with the father, losing, stuck with the father, dying. No wonder the father said, all what I have is yours. We are not fighting with anybody. It is yours if you decide to suffer. Tell somebody it is yours. If you decide to suffer for God. It is yours for the taking. If you decide to suffer for the Lord. Say it is yours for the taking. I nearly said I'm yours for the taking. Say it is yours. It is yours for the taking. It is yours for the taking. If you only decide to suffer for the Lord. Now let's conclude. He said, but we must suffer like Christ suffered, then we'll be able to share his glory. God explained the blessing as all that which he has given to Christ, he will give to us. But Christ was given what he was given because he suffered. Have you seen it? Christ was given what he was given because he suffered. So if you also suffer, you will be given what Christ is giving. God is too perfect. You can't use any smart means to share in Christ's glory without suffering. How? Is it the suffering that people will be laughing at you from now on? Is it the suffering that people will be laughing at you from now on? The suffering that people will be changing your name to different names? Is it God that suffering? No, but still, I'm looking at you. Why are you looking at someone else? Is it because of that suffering? It shall all be yours. Wow. Now, let's do the example and let's go. So you come here. They want me, I will not use them. Yes. Yes, sir. So let's say that this is Jesus. The keyboard is Jesus for today. And the pulpit is God for today. So God is standing here. Jesus is standing here. And all the keys are the blessings that Jesus, he has gotten. Then God is saying that, Stephen, you are now my son. You are now my child. And all my blessings, I've given it to you. And my blessing is this. All that I've given to Jesus Christ, I will give it to you. Or I have given it to you. But you know what? Jesus Christ, my first son, had to go through this suffering before he attained all the glory and all the blessings. So if you also decide that you go through these sufferings, you come and share with Jesus all that, or all that I've given him. Number one, are you my child?
Yes, please, I'm your child.
Do you want all the blessings?
Yes, please, I want it, but
But you don't want the suffering. You can't have the suffering. You can't have the blessing. That is why, first of all, you must consider yourself whether you are God's child or not. You see, you have to. So if you say I'm God's child and I want the blessing, should be ready to suffer. Let me turn it upside down. You will not be a child of God enough if you are not suffering enough to be blessed enough. Every father wants the child to be blessed. Every parent wants the child to be blessed. In our case, God says we have to suffer like his first son before that blessing. And I think Obia yesum nyame o. And yes Obia ye nyame ba o. Ka ure nyame mu ana, ure nyame mu anu enya private jet. Ure nyame mu anu enya 10 billion. Oh. O comfort kra no mbedikai. Omu no mbedikai. Obia ye nyame ba. It's amazing. So have you seen that many children of God are suffering in the wrong way? Because they lack blessings. And the reason